So Justin, I think a lot of our audience would like to know, some of the hurdles that universities face with regards to accessibility. We're at Columbia.
Um,
Tell us a little bit about what it's like here.
sure. So, just from my observations, I think oftentimes we think of accessibility in kind of physical means, like how easily can someone get to something, and uh, since the implementation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, I think that universities have done a very good job of addressing those physical accessibility issues. Like when you see a set of stairs, you know that you need a ramp or an elevator. People need to get where they need to go. Um, and, that's been around since the 70s. So universities have had plenty of time to address those kinds of needs for individual those individuals on campus. But digital accessibility is one of those things that's just so hard to wrap your head around, because we are just those of us who are fully able are just so used to being able to consume things without even questioning it. So I think the biggest thing is, unless you're confronted with a user with a disability directly, empathizing with people that you've never met, and understanding that like the steps that you take in order to make content perceivable by those users, it may seem like a lot of effort, but it's absolutely a requirement for uh, you know a, a large population. Um, so I think there's just the knowledge, just the understanding that these are requirements, and that it does take some technical expertise to make sure that there are systems in place, but not necessarily to make sure that content works for everybody. Um, I feel like anybody can develop content that can uh, be perceived by just about every user out there who it does need assistive technology in order to consume it. Um, so really just messaging, um, that's a hurdle. There's also kind of a psychological hurdle to get over where, you communicating these things, ensuring to faculty and instructional designers that this is not overly burdensome, uh, that these processes can be relatively painless and not extraordinarily time consuming. There are tools out there that are making a lot of this better, um, and just communicating those requirements to the population at large at a university. Those are, I think, the really the biggest things. I find that oftentimes accessibility has been a grassroots movement, like one or two highly impassioned people um, that are, administrators somewhere instead of driven by like leadership. So it's tough to get the messaging sometimes to leadership and out of leadership to the community at large.